My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when our latest and greatest videos are dropping. We drop videos on a weekly basis to help you. So if you're interested in repairing your credit, building credit, whether that be personal credit or business credit, or even to get personal funding or business funding, you are in the right place today. So make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. How to start a Turo business. How to be able to leverage your personal credit and business credit so you can start your very own car rental business. Make sure that you've watched all of the videos within week 9 where we are going to be covering the ins, the outs, all about Turo. Let's go. If they have any bad reviews, because people will leave a bad review quickly. They will let the person know, or everyone else know their experience. We didn't do that with the guy that we had issues with because we'd rather just part our ways and see you later. But, that's just one of those things that you kind of have to decide how you want to handle it. So that's the reviews. Earnings. So these are all of our earnings for this year. So this year alone, this is only March. I've made $6,718 and I've missed $875. That's a big missed amount, but you know what? We went on vacation for a week in March and, we did not have our vehicles available for about a week in the month of March. So March was a little bit lower than everything else. January, we made about $2,700. And mind you, this is basically from the Toyota Camry and the Dodge Charger. Our Mercedes is a little bit more expensive, so not as many people rent it, but we still get the note covered, but we get to drive it all the time. Usually all of our cars are gone like every weekend. The weekends are like the busiest for us. So January is still a little bit slow because we can look at some of our other transactions. Or actually, this is our transaction history. So it'll tell you, what our payments were, whose trip it was. They automatically put all the payments into your bank account. And I just pay my car notes with all of the money from Turo. So thank you, Turo. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Let me.
So what are your car notes on that, Nicole?
So the Toyota Camry is about $430, I think it is. The Dodge is about $450, and the Mercedes is about $900, like $8 something, so about $900. So with insurance, let's do all the math on that. So we'll say approximately, just to good math, we'll say 450 plus 450 plus 900. So my car payments alone are $1,800. So January was a good month because we almost made about $1,000, right? But February wasn't that great. The busiest months in my experience have been summer months. Now coming up, we are starting to get more bookings because it's April. More people, like spring break is happening. A lot of people are going to start traveling to California. So we're probably going to pick up a lot more in the upcoming months. But lately it's been really slow. Like, I'll be honest, like last year was way busier. We used to never have a car last year. I'm trying to see if I can go back into time and show you last year's, but I don't see that there's an option for that right here. Let me go into settings. No.
So every weekend, so you're booked out of the month, what, 20 days?
Usually, yeah. Oh, here, I can change it. So let's see. Let's go back to 2021. So I made $12,000 in 2021, In December, I made 2,500. October, about 2,400. And mind you, I didn't have all three cars that time. I got my Toyota Camry probably about December. I got the Toyota Camry. And sometimes we have our cars marked off because we need a car to drive, you know, so we're not always, you know, having them available. Our goal is to have our car notes paid and to make at least $1,000, if not more. Right. And right now we're doing that. So our car notes and everything, usually about what, 1,800 or so, plus, you know, we have to pay for insurance. And then everything over that is really profit because we don't pay for gas in them. Guests will return them gassed up. If not, we'll charge them. But, you know, you just have to make sure you're priced right. We also moved, so we had to go into a different territory. So we used to service Oakland Airport, San Francisco Airport. Now we service Sacramento Airport, which is still an international airport, but, you know, more people are going to be traveling and touring, or not touring, but, you know, how do you say it? Like tourists are going to be in San Francisco and Oakland, which we were always busy out there. Like we never had a car out there. And out here, it's a little slower, but, you know, overall, I can see that it's starting to pick back up. We had a really good month in January, decent month in February, shitty month in March. We'll probably have a decent, right now, we've already got $696 worth of bookings booked in for April, but we'll get, like, we got over the weekend, we got 2 requests for bookings. We had to deny them both because we weren't here, so we couldn't take the car. So we've missed a lot of money lately with Turo, which is unfortunate, but, you know, it happens. If you're not available, it happens. So you just have to figure out, you know, what your car note is going to be, what your insurance is going to be.
Well, how much? Like expensive, isn't it? The insurance?
Not really. We pay less than $1,200 for a 6-month period for 3 autos because I don't have anything on my driving record and I have good credit. Now, if you don't have good credit, your insurance is going to be more money because in auto insurance is a credit factor. So if you're high risk, meaning you have bad credit, you're going to pay way more for auto insurance.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I had bad credit and I had a Dodge Challenger back then. Oh my God, I was paying like $250, maybe $300 a month in insurance for a Dodge Challenger. And I was paying like a $650 car note on that thing. So I was damn near paying like $1,000 between a car note and insurance, like a house note. And it was like ridiculous. After that experience, I think that's what enticed me to never want to have to pay for a auto payment again, because I was just over it. And this helps, you know, this helps pay. So you are basically turning your liabilities into assets. Like I don't ever want to have to pay a car note. I would rather, you know, someone else pay it for me. And they give you like a 1099. So you'll fill out your, like, you know, tax information and whatnot. And in the settings, you can select your pickup and return hours. Now we have it set to like always available, but if you're not always available, you can select the hours that you'd be available for drop off and pickup. Now we do this full time, you know, so it's, you know, we're always available. Sometimes we'll be at the airport at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning. You know, it's just we're always available. So if you don't want to always be available, you can adjust that. And if you have any unavailabilities, you can schedule that in available dates and you can mark yourself off as needed. Let's talk about the trips, or actually, no, I'm sorry, not the trips, but the cars, the vehicles. So this is our Dodge Charger. It has about 40 trips. This is the calendar. So if you guys wanted to see what the pricing is, we charge $65 a day for our Dodge Charger. And if you do the math, so you can expect your car to be gone half of the month with the Dodge Charger, if not about 20 days. Usually our Dodge is gone about 20 days out of the month. So 20 times 65 is about $1,300, right? So even if you wanted to go a little bit more liberal and say, okay, maybe it's only going to be gone 15 days out of the week, but that's still $65. You're still making $975. And out of that $975, we pay $450 for our car payment. So that's a $500 profit. Now, of course, you still have to pay insurance. So you might want to minus out like $125. So maybe a $400 profit with you renting your car out half of the time, right? Not even full time, but half of the time. And, that's still pretty good. What's that?
I said, I have a question.
Sure.
Do you have to pay Turo any fees?
So yes, let's get to that. So let's talk about the different vehicle protection plans that Turo offers. So they have different plans, and let's go ahead and go over those. So these are all of the different plans that they offer. You can take 60% and they get 40%. And this is going to fully cover your deductible. You don't have any deductible. It includes wear and tear inside. It includes wear and tear on the exterior. It includes a replacement vehicle at $50 a day, and loss of hosting income is included, and liability coverage of $750,000. Now, obviously, this is not a very good plan to pick because you're only getting 60% of the fee. I don't really recommend that unless maybe you're like super concerned. I don't know. I just wouldn't do that plan. 75%. So this is where you take 75% of the pricing. You can take up to 90%. So it's really dependent upon what type of insurance you want to take or want to, take on. So with the 75%, you take 75% of the fee that they pay Turo. Turo gets 25%. Your deductible, if something were to happen, would be $250, which isn't bad, right? Mind you, we've been doing this for over a year. We haven't had any issues, knock on wood, so far, but I know people that have had issues. So you just kind of have to, select what you feel is going to be best for you. Exterior wear and tear is not included. So you actually have to work with the guests on any damages. And that's why it's extremely, extremely important before you hand your vehicle off to do your pre-trip inspection, meaning you are taking pictures of every nook and cranny of your car, and you are proving that there is no damages before you hand your car off to somebody. And before you upload those photos, you also take a photo of the guest holding their photo ID, so their driver's license, and you upload that with the pre-trip photos. This includes $30 replacement a day, no loss of income, and liability coverage is the same. So that's 75%. 80%. This is what we're currently on. Our deductible, if something were to happen, would be $750. The wear and tear exterior is not included. Vehicle replacement, not included. We don't need that. Loss of hosting income, not included. Same liability coverage. So we actually do the 80% right now. And honestly, I've tried different plans. And when I go into the 90 percentile, we don't show up on the searches as well. And that's something that I've noticed with Turo is when you select the 80% plan, you start showing up on the searches a lot better. If you were, instead of you being on like the 90, where you get 90%, they get 10%. So with the 80%, the deductible is still only, $750, which isn't bad. 85%. So you would get 85%. Turo gets 15%. The deductible is $1,625. Nothing's really included except for the liability coverage of $750,000. And then if you take 90%, your deductible would be $2,500, and nothing is included except for the liability coverage. If something, if they were to total your vehicle, then it would cover up to like $750,000. So this is a third party. It's from Travelers Insurance. And when you sign up with them, they actually will give you a little insurance card that you can put in your car. And so that way, if someone like gets pulled over, they don't have to give them your information. It's like Turo's information. So if something were to happen, it can fall back on Turo, not you. But yeah, we do the 80. What was that?
So I have another question.
Sure.
So that liability, is that for the person driving your vehicle hitting another vehicle, or is it both vehicles, or?
Yes, exactly. So it's third-party liability insurance. So it covers the person driving your vehicle. So if they hit somebody or if somebody hits them, then the traveler's insurance is going to be the one responsible because it was during a Turo trip. And Turo is responsible during the time that it's rented out.
Okay.
But keep in mind, if someone scratches your car or if they do like little types of damages, Turo doesn't include like minor scratches and damages on these plans. So it's mainly meant for like if they total your car or if they have some type of major wreck or something, then of course like their Turo is going to cover it. But like exterior wear and tear, meaning if they got like a little scratch or if they got a door ding, then it's not going to be covered in any of these things. But if you can prove that it happened by your pre-trip photos, meaning you took really good pre-trip photos, you can prove that the mark was not there prior to the person taking your vehicle and the mark is there afterwards, which has happened to us several goddamn times. So annoying. But it happens, you know, people, you know, get scratches on your cars. It's not their car. They could care less pretty much, but they try not to, you know, but it still happens. You got to work it out.
And we're responsible for the deductible?
We are responsible for the deductible. Yes.
Okay. And when you are looking at cars, what kind of mileage are you looking at?
We want to have very low mileage. So, you know, Turo does have standards, and I believe you can't put a vehicle over a certain mileage with them. Let me actually see something. Try to add a car real fast because I know before when I added a vehicle, it said I couldn't have over a certain amount of miles. Hold on a second. Okay, so it has to be a model of 1981 or later. But the goal is obviously, you know, you want to get a car that has low mileage because I'll tell you, even our Dodge Charger right now, this car is a 2000, I think 19, and it's already got 70,000 miles on it because people rent it out so much and they take it, you know, on to LA, they take it, you know, all these different places traveling and they really run up the miles on it. So that's why you gotta make sure that you're pricing your vehicles accordingly. Even though our vehicle is priced at $65 a day, this is our listing right here. We offer like a discount. So if you get it for 3 days, you're going to get like a $5 discount, which is only going to be like $63 a day for us. But it's still worth it. You know, all these little trips add up and, you know, you definitely want to be able to maximize off, everybody here. I think on the website, they have like a help section and it'll tell you how much mileage, you have to have. Let me look it up real fast because I know I want to say it's not over 100,000. But you know, our Charger has about 70,000 miles on it and it's still going. You're allowed to drive 200 miles per day unless you have it unlimited. I never recommend someone do unlimited miles because people will take your car and go all over the United States. So you want to have a limit of at least $200 or 200 miles per day. And you can also do Turo for people that you know. So if you have a mom or uncle or someone that just has a bunch of vehicles sitting around and they don't drive them, you could put them on Turo for them. They have to have a clean title. So this is, I actually found a little article on the Turo support, which is on the website. It has to have fewer than 130,000 miles. It has to have a clean title, so not a salvaged or branded title. It can never be declared a total loss. So those are pretty much like the main things. It must have a fair market value of up to $200,000. So not more than $200,000, but it can be anywhere from like basically, you know, 10,000 up into 200,000. Not be no more than 12 years old. Okay. Exceptions are like specialty vehicles, like old school specialty vehicles. must be registered in any state except New York. So New York is actually excluded from Turo at this time, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Now there is a way to make more money in it's basically getting an insurance policy that is a commercial insurance policy. So you can take up to, I believe it's 92% of your earnings if you have a commercial insurance policy that will cover you, but that means that you're not getting covered by Turo. So I don't do that just because I feel like 90% is still going to cover us pretty well. Yeah, for anything that could possibly go wrong with Turo. And like I said, we haven't had any major issues yet, but you can always adjust your pricing and adjust your discount. So right now, I never set automatic pricing. You know, you can always understand how much you're going to earn by going here, right? And you can adjust your pricing. So if I wanted to put my pricing up, it'll tell you what they recommend, but don't go off what they recommend. Do your market research. Take a look at what enterprise is charging for your vehicle. Take a look at what other vehicles on Turo in your area are going for. And consider the fact that, you know, this is your car. They're going to be putting high miles on it. You're taking a risk. So you want your risk to be worth it. If it ain't worth it, then it's just not worth it, you know? And at first we had this car like $47 a day because we wanted to get a bunch of trips. That's not worth it. Now we got a car with 70,000 miles on it and the profit wasn't that great. So you really have to put your daily price up a little bit more. Right now, I'm actually going to put it up to $67 because we're offering a discount. I always recommend putting a discount on there because people love discounts, and especially if it's like for more than 3 days. You can select custom pricing, so you can make it go higher on the weekends if you wanted to. We have last minute pricing, so we have a price increase. Like if someone books our car today, they're paying an extra 10%. But I'm actually going to put this down to 5% right now since I just raised the price. Discounts. So we can edit these discounts if you want to do a 3-day discount, 7-day discount, or 30-day discount. You can do all of these type of discounts to offer to people. They recommend these numbers. These do not mean you have to put those numbers. You obviously see here, I am very cheap. So we'll do like a 3% discount for 3 days or more. And that's still $5 savings. We'll do a 5% discount for 7 days or more. And we'll do a 10% discount on 30 days or more. I have never rented to someone for 30 days or more because I just haven't had the request. Turo is usually like a short form app. Usually people like a week, maybe a week and a half, but usually it's anywhere from like 3 to 7 days on average. There's also another application out there that is similar to Turo called HireCar. And that's usually for people that, you know, are Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and delivery drivers, and they rent cars off of that application. So if you have like a Nissan or a Toyota Camry or something that's really good on gas, you can list it on both of the sites and see, you know, what you get here. We have an early bird discount where you'll get a 5% discount if you book 7 days in advance, which most of our bookings are in advance. So it actually helps people. And like I said, people love getting discounts. We give instructions for our guests. So we meet them with the keys, and we don't do like the automatic pickup and drop off. We have to actually meet them to drop off our vehicle, and we meet them to pick up our vehicle. The location, you can put the location as the address of the airport. So our home location is the Sacramento airport, and delivery locations, you can add in different delivery locations. So in charge for delivery. So here's if a guest wants us to deliver the vehicle to their location, because this has happened to us before where we've had people that are like coming in on business and you know, they don't give a crap. They just want the car. So of course the company is going to pay for it. So just go ahead and deliver it to us at our hotel. And that's fine. We'll deliver it right to their hotel, right to their location for $120. And that would include the pickup or the delivery and the pickup of the vehicle. And you can set your standards here. So you can charge, you know, as low as free delivery or as high as 120. With gas prices now, it's 120 for us, you know. And we've had people say, well, Uber is only this much. Okay, we'll take an Uber then, because our delivery fee is $120. It covers up to a 25-mile radius. And we have had people that have booked that are outside of our 25-mile radius, and we've canceled on them because we're like, no, we're not delivering the vehicle that far. It's out of our location. And sometimes it's just not worth it, especially if it's only like a $200 trip and you have to take the car hella far and you got to go pick it up hella far. It's like, no, you got to just figure out what's going to be good and what makes the most sense for you. We do offer free delivery if someone rents our car for a week or longer. So that kind of helps attract more people as well. And you can add different locations. So if I wanted to add a delivery location, say I wanted to offer it to the train station, because maybe someone's coming in from the train station in Roseville. Let's see if I can do that. Train or Amtrak, that's what it's called, Amtrak.
What do you do? Just Uber back home?
No, I have a co-host. So Tim's my co-host, and we will take 2 cars out there, and we'll take 1 car back. So that's why I said it's easier when you have a co-host that can help you, but you can take Uber back. If you don't have someone that can help you as a co-host, you can always take Uber back. I don't know.
When you meet them, or what do you meet them, or do you just leave the key in the car? Or,
no, we meet them. Yeah, we meet them. We take pictures of them holding their driver's license. We upload it with the pre-trip instructions. Yeah, we definitely meet them. So let me just find a safe way, and I'll just do that as an example, because for whatever reason, the train station's not freaking coming up. But, you know, if you wanted to find a separate location, you can find that location and you can charge, like here, 4 Points Sheraton. I'll add that. I can add this location and I can charge up to $120 fee. The check-in method is we always meet our guests. And if you wanted to put additional instructions, you can. Now, you can do some of these other options. You can do guest self check-in lockbox, where you can check yourself in with a lockbox. You can do guest check-in remote unlock, where I can have the application, and you can actually do this with Drone Mobile. Is you can do the remote unlock. It's just like an upgraded feature and like more equipment, where you can basically have an app on your phone where you can unlock the car wherever it's at. So when someone's ready to pick it up, they can pick it up. We don't do that because of the location of where we're at. We would rather meet everyone to drop off our vehicle. But say you're like, well, I'm going to be at work. You can go drop off your vehicle. You can do the remote unlock, or you can have a lockbox on wherever your car is going to be ready to pick up and do it that way. That's not a problem. We just choose not to do it that way because we would rather see everything and take pictures and make sure that we have everything covered. You just aren't able to take a picture of the guest holding their driver's license. They have to actually send that to you as a selfie when they get there. So that's one thing that I would require all of the guests to do, is to take a selfie holding your driver's license and text it to me, because you can't send pictures over the Turo app, unfortunately. So you just say, just send it to me when you get there, and send me a picture of you in front of the car. So I'm just going to select this for all of our cars. And now I've just added a whole new location at like a hotel to all of our cars. So it's pretty easy, you know, to pick and choose what locations. But for the most part, most of our clients, we meet them right at the airport. And they pick it up, and we don't have any issues with them because, you know, they're just here to handle their business and go on about it. Now, let me tell you guys a little brief something. When I first started with Turo, I had really horrible photos of my vehicle, and I was wondering why my car wasn't getting booked. Well, it was because of the pictures. You have to take really good detailed pictures so people can get a feeling of them in that car. They can really feel the car. They can see it's clean. They can see every nook and cranny of the vehicle, and there's nothing in the background. Okay. You don't want to have another car, or you don't want to have any sort of malarkey in the background. Now, these photos are kind of old. I did them like in front of one of my relatives' house, and I took some detailed pictures, but you'll notice there's no other vehicles like besides that one in the background. I tried to get it to where it was like just of the car, like nothing really in the background.
My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when our latest and greatest videos are dropping. We drop videos on a weekly basis to help you. So if you're interested in repairing your credit, building credit, whether that be personal credit or business credit, or even to get personal funding or business funding, you are in the right place today. So make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe.